Hello, everyone. I'm today talking to a veteran of the Ukraine War. He served as a combat engineer and he was previously a combat engineer in the German army. What do you consider kills the most tanks in the Ukraine War? Is it drones? Is it mines? Is it artillery? Is it ATGMs? Is it anti tank guns? Is it aircraft? So, what would you think is at the top, the second, the third place, more or less?
Possibly the biggest tank killer in Ukraine is so far scatterable mine systems, especially the Western systems like Ray M's, 82, M70s, stuff like that.
So, how are these mines deployed?
Artilleristically, so either way by Mars for the case of the 82 or 155 in the case of the M70.
Is there a similar system from the Soviet/Russian side?
They definitely have them. The PTMs, PTM1, PTM3, PTM4 got remote deployed by mostly larger rocket systems like Uragan, Smerch, etc. Mostly modified even as drone drop.
And why are they less effective than the Western systems?
Considered mostly because of the deployment. The Russian systems, when they shoot them, they scatter a huge area. And what the Ukrainians did is they scatter certain places scheduled close to an approach of Russian units, mostly because of existing intelligence, existing reconnaissance. So they deployed them directly into the advance road when the Russians do a push, stuff like that.
And after these scattered mines, what would be the second most tank killer?
Second place is probably hard to tell. Mostly, I would say artillery or mines, because mostly it's hard to tell to make a ranking like this because mostly they are working in a combined manner. So it's mostly more like a combined effect what destroys not only tanks but everything on the field. So it's mostly like a combination out of tank anti-tank mines which channel the tanks or immobilize them, and then like another branch like artillery or drones finish the job.
So, in this case, we talk about regular deployed mines like they're dug in or something.
Like classic TM62s which are everywhere, which is most prolific mine right now out there, which is cause mostly mobility kills. But then, as soon the tank is immobile, an artillery team or a mortar team, like with a 155 or with a 120, can easily shoot in directly into this target, or a drone team can directly drop stuff into it, or FPV direct attack. Yeah.
And I assume the artillery and mortar teams are also supplied with information by the drones, so that makes the job way easier.
Yeah, it's mostly all combined from the same command level.
And this mine is a Soviet mine, I suspect. How old is it, more or less? When was it?
The TM62s, they are roundabout from the 70s mostly, and they have both sides. I would even say all former Soviet or Warsaw Pact countries have them in stockpile, and these stockpiles are pretty huge.
Is it a hollow charge mine or what?
No simple blast.
Oh, it's just a high explosive, so it basically is therefore immobilizing the tank.
Exactly. I mean, it's also could kill a tank by a lucky hit.
Okay, and after artillery mines and scatterable mines, what would be the third tank killer? Is it ATGMs or drones?
By count, I would definitely say drones, because they have like it's just by the mass deployment and the range how they work. So sometimes these attack columns, mechanized attack columns from the Russians, are even stopped kilometers in front of the positions, so without a direct line of sight. So the drone teams participate in almost every assault which is or attack which is occurred then, like directing artillery or having drops, having direct attacks like FPVs, stuff like that.
They hit them on the march,
Yeah.
but after they assembled, more or less. Or do you hit them at the assembly area as well?
Yeah, mostly on the way to the objective is mostly the preferred moment of strike.
So because during the movement they are most vulnerable, I guess.
First of all, they're mostly concentrated and they're limited by their movement because they are mostly approached on cleared routes. Almost every area is now to be suspected to be mined, so they are limited to these areas, and they got mostly not really stuck, but they got striked in these areas because they are suspected already. It's easy to recognize them. They're easy to have intel that they are coming on different ways.
And what would be on the fourth place, more or less?
I would say heavy infantry systems. I would label it like this, like ATGMs, but also like sometimes recoilless rifles. Yeah, and shoulder-fired anti-tank weapons, mostly the ATGMs. ATGMs are being used a lot by both sides. The Ukrainian side has right now a little bit of ammunition problems for ATGMs. The Russians use them a lot, but not only the ATGMs, which are used from infantry side, but also from vehicles, helicopters, etc.
Any other weapon system that's that we missed?
After that, it's like the combined masses of all weapon systems. For example, the most air assets are neglectable, especially from the Ukrainian side. The air power operates, for example, in areas where they can safely fly, but mostly at these areas, tanks aren't operating. So, tank versus tank happens really rarely, but also there more in an artilleristic manner. So, they have, for example, huge ranged tank on tank kills there, but mostly like drone guided, artilleristic, shot in step by step to the target. IEDs I just count as below mines. It's like subgroup of mines. Could be seen the same way. It's not that much. What's totally neglectable is like infantry, improvised infantry devices like Molotov cocktails. Also, there's like you can count it probably on one hand where that worked and during that war. It was maybe on the beginning when they actually rushed into cities and got swarmed with that stuff, but it's only like 4 or 5 instances, so it's totally neglectable. Yeah, I mean the apex predator is and still be the artillery, not only with specialized anti-tank weapons like bonus or smart, but also with guided artilleries like Krasnopol, Excalibur, as long they are not jammed, work pretty good against even armored vehicles.
Then thank you very much. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.